The Olympics are just around the corner. As a country, our reliance on swimmers to bring home medals goes back decades. This year, our two potential medalists are Chadla and Tatiana Schoonmaker. That's on the face of it. Could there be more? Young Ethan du Preez, at just 17 years old, has clocked an Olympic qualifying time at the National Championships in Burgh. And that's our focus this afternoon. I'm Arthur Bwanakawa, and this is Inside Sport. All right, is South African swimming as strong as it should be? There was a period when our swimmers trained overseas, especially in the United States. I could think of Roland Schoeman as one of those examples. And that tide seemed to have turned at some point, and some homegrown talent emerged to make a difference globally. With the backdrop of the National Swimming Championships in Burgh and the looming Olympic Games, we take a look at the state of our swimming. My guests this afternoon are Melissa Corfe, who runs her swimming school down in KZN, Suzaan van Biljon, who represented South Africa at the Olympic Games, and the man who knows a thing or two about jumping into the pool, none other than Cameron van der Burgh. He has graciously agreed to join us all the way from London. Ladies and gents, welcome to Inside Sports. I'm so excited to have you on day 4 of the Aquatics National Championship Finals. I mean, what a performance on day 1, and especially just yesterday, Tatiana Schoonmaker breaking, of course, the African record in the women's 200-meter breaststroke, and also Chadla just booking his plane tickets to Tokyo with a time of 1 minute 55.88, that being in the men's 200-meter butterfly. Cameron, it's great to have you all the way from London. Your opening remarks with regards to the national championships that are currently underway.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. I'm actually currently fortunate enough to be in South Africa. I just got in about 2 weeks ago to come visit my parents. Finally, it's obviously been quite a long time away with coronavirus, and it was quite difficult. But yeah, really nice to get back here and have my first swim in a couple of months. So it's kind of been nice to get back into the swimming feeling whilst watching the SA National Champs. And obviously I've been watching online, which it feels kind of strange not to be there and competing, but following obviously quite avidly. And it's great to see guys like Chad, obviously Tatiana, which I think is the expectation that they're obviously going to qualify, but a couple of new faces showing up, and the turn of fly was a great race to watch actually. So that was pretty impressive, and I think the athletes are doing quite well relative to how difficult it's been with the lockdowns, and obviously they haven't been able to get out internationally racing to sharpen themselves up. So hats off to them. It's not been an easy year, and so far, they're doing better than I had expected.
All right, so well said there, Cameron. Great to be chatting to you again, and hopefully we'll see you back in the swimming pool. I'm joking. I'm sure that you're enjoying, of course, your retirement. Suzaan, you're a member of the quartet that sets the record in the 4x100-meter relay, and I mean, just especially because this is probably the 3rd or 4th official Swimming South Africa events on the calendar. Do you feel that the swimmers have prepared enough for the Olympic Games that takes place in exactly 104 days?
Hi, Arthur. Such a pleasure meeting you virtually. I think with individual sports where split seconds make a difference, and sports where we are absolute perfectionists in planning and having a routine, I think the swimmers either step into the diversity, or they fold. And I think there's a couple of swimmers who's actually stepped up, and a couple of coaches who have done the job and really performed phenomenally at the SA Olympic trials. So, like I said, they're either going to step up, or they're going to embrace the challenge, or they're going to fold. And we've seen a bit of both of that at the SA Nationals this year.
We've had a lot, Cameron, of the swimmers and the coaches speaking about the changing of the venue, which was obviously based on the fact that the chances of qualifying for Olympic Games has got to be the best. The KZN venue was obviously put on hold because there was a leakage in the roof, there was a problem with the heating, and as well, there was just a little bit of a sense that we won't have quick enough times leading up to Tokyo, which is, of course, the final place for the the swimmers and the coaches. Do you feel that the swimmers still have that in their mind, or are they just concentrated right now on just making it through to the Tokyo Olympic Games?
Yeah, I think it's the pool in Burgh. I've been trying to learn how to say that. It's quite a
yeah.
But, I think the pool is it's adequate enough. I think the KZN pool obviously is it's great, and we have a lot of great memories there, and nationals have sort of been there for quite a while. But once they put the pool, the roof over the pool in Quebec, I think it's adequate enough, and it's quite good actually. I mean, relative to the rest of the world, of course, South Africa doesn't have the best pools, and it's kind of, in my mind, it's always been a bit of a beneficial for me, because I knew that if I could come through and do the times in a pool that's not as fast as the others, when I would eventually get to the other side, I felt amazing, and obviously kind of amped up my performance a lot. So I think there's pros and cons to both, in terms that if you're able to qualify, you can push through the challenges, and I think, as Suzaan was mentioning, you either step up or you fold, and it's kind of one of these things that I think has made South African swimmers over the years so strong, is that we step up during diversity and hard times, and then when everything is on an equal playing field and on a silver platter, we outperform the rest of the world. So you can't dwell on these kind of things, and if you do, you're never going to make it. And whenever you go to an Olympic Games or Olympic final, there's tons of things that will go wrong, and nothing always goes your way perfectly. So you need to be able to get in that mindset to adjust to diversity as things happen.
Fantastic. Couldn't have said it better, from an Olympian himself and someone who understands what it takes to compete at the highest level. All right, so we've broken the ice here in studio with Tatiana, I beg your pardon, actually Suzaan and Cameron van der Burgh, as we chat about the aquatics national finals that are currently taking place in the province of Eastern Cape. Of course, in Burgh, as we will be looking at some of the big names just shortly that have made their mark, and a few have already qualified for Olympic Games that takes place, of course, in Tokyo. You're watching eNCA. Inside Sports shall continue very shortly.